Hello, everybody, and thank you again for watching another episode of 300 Voices in 300 Days. I'm Jeremy Carrizales, one of the hosts here for TAN TV, and with me is Dr. Lawrence Scott.
Hey, Jeremy, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Yeah, no problem. So I'm always, happy to see a good face here in the studio.
Thank you.
So let's get right into it.
Yes, sir.
I want to know where were you born?
Yeah, so I was born right here on the east side, right there near J Street, over here in Peacock Valley in Rigsby. I went to P.F. Stewart, P.F. Stewart. Tried to get into Davis Middle School right down the street here, and they wouldn't let me in because I wasn't in the attendance zone. So I ended up going to Martin Luther King Middle School, which got to know a lot of people and played football there. And really,
What position?
Oh, fullback. Yeah, I played fullback. Yeah, fullback for pretty much all my career, all my life rather. But not that I'm playing fullback now. but I mean, I'm right here from San Antonio, man, and been here pretty much all my life. I went to high school in North Carolina with my mom in Charlotte. So I didn't get to go to high school here. I was supposed to go to Sam Houston. All my family went to Sam Houston in the Highlands, but I didn't go. But nonetheless, I actually, and I know we'll talk about this later, I actually got a chance to come back and work as a counselor at Sam Houston. I was a guidance counselor, and then I was a vice principal at Davis, assistant principal at Davis Middle School. So I got to give back. Yeah, I got to hang out and give back and try to contribute, from where I came from. So that was awesome.
Right. Yeah, and it's good that we're having somebody local here, because somebody who knows the environment.
Yes, sir.
So
Yes,
that's good. That's good.
Yes,
so
sir.
you went to high school in North Carolina, and
Yes,
then where did you go to school after that?
Right. So I went to St. Mary's University, and my hope was to be an attorney. So I went 4 years. I got involved with student government. I worked at the law school, and then my fifth year, I had a couple of epiphanies. I had some what they call like the metanoias. I went to Africa, man, which is crazy. But I went to Africa. And we went to go build some church, or like a church, and then help with some schools and things like that. And I had a class, and I remember they spoke in French. It was Cote d'Ivoire. I spoke in English, and we communicated broken Spanish. Now, anybody that knows me knows that my Spanish is muy terrible. So it was like really broken Spanish. But we were able to get the objectives done, and I was really excited about that because it illustrated to me like no language barrier can stop you from educating others. And then, there's abstractions like love and passion and a mission that transmute language barriers. And that point on, man, had that situation. Then I ended up doing a semester in London. I was going to school in London, and I went to, I went all over Europe, but I went to Rome. Okay, I got robbed in Rome. I know this is crazy.
That sounds like a movie title right there.
I can't make this stuff up. I'm telling you. I have so many stories, but I'll just keep this, keep it concise. But I got robbed in Rome. I had no money. I spent 3 days on the streets of Rome, man. Like just almost like begging for food, sleeping like at the train station, sleeping on my bag in weird places. And so, and I remember trying to get help and ask people to help me, and no one wanted to pay attention to me. They were just like, I don't speak the language, so, they didn't really want to pay attention to me. And so since that time, I knew that, let me fast forward how I got out. So 2 girls from my St. Mary's program found me and gave me enough money to get back to London. That's 5 countries away, Germany. Yeah. 5 countries away. That's a miracle, man. That's a miracle. So having said that, man, I was able to see that miracles happen when you are up and close. And no indictment to lawyers. I have a lot of lawyer friends, but when you're up and close with the development of people, or you're up and close with helping people with linguistic acquisition. As an educator, I was able to help, a lot of my ESL, English as a Second Language students. I was able to serve the community, even regardless of the language or regardless of
it's like
situation.
You speak life, language.
Speak life, man. Life transmutes, love transmutes, exactly. Bro. Love transmutes, music transmutes. I mean, like Michael Jackson, people know all the lyrics. They don't know English, but they know all the lyrics of the song, So I digress a little bit, but I guess what I was trying to say is I went an extra year to get my teacher certification on all the things I need to be a teacher, because I knew at that moment when I got back from all the traveling that being an educator, I can make a greater impact for my life. Again, no indictment to my lawyer friends or whatever, but for my life, I knew that God has called me to be an educator and to work and the educational system to benefit communities, and then generations to come. I just say real quickly, and I actually got this from my pastor, Pastor Keith Graham, but success is based on succession. So like your kids, grandkids need to feel the impact that you make today. Now, just to give an example, I grew up, like I said, on the east side, and my father, he won't mind me saying, but I grew up and there was drugs being sold out of the home. So, and I had to make a decision. Is that the type of life that I want to lead? Now he's doing well. Everything's great. He's a Christian. He's playing at the church and all that. But at the time when I was, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 12, drinking 40s, and just really not focused on life and helping others to develop a better life for themselves. I knew something was great. I knew like, man, I have to do something with my life. I knew I'm better. I know I can talk. I'm a great talker. I knew I can sell drugs. And I knew I could, play a little ball, but I knew that there was something greater, and there was a greater tug. And until I tapped into what I was supposed to be, I was going all over the place, and my life was unfulfilled.
Right. So that's a great testament, and I think that's one part of what we're trying to do here for 300 Voices.
Oh, good.
We're trying to get people to tell their story and hear your story, and that's incredible to your journey. Now I want to ask you.
Sure.
So, why do you think it's important for you, for others, to be able to share their stories?
Absolutely. Again, success is measured in succession. So I believe you can make lots of money. I know people with lots of money, but they're so unhappy. See, money is a magnifier. So if you make millions of dollars, but you're a drug addict, you're still going to be a drug addict. You're just going to take better drugs and more drugs, all right, and hang around better drug addicts. You know what I mean? Yeah. High class drug addicts. But money's a magnifier. So I knew that making a lot of money was not the aim. It happened. It's happening, but it's not my aim. I think the aim is definitely how, if you're a giver and you make millions of dollars, you're just going to give more money. Look at Harvey Nation, the Nation Foundation. You know what I mean? So I think that when people tell their story, you enable people to know that it's possible. So I'll give you an example. My 11th grade year, I was kind of in and out. I had some friends that got murdered, and man, I had a weird teenage kind of situation. Just getting involved in the bad stuff, man. I remember I'm in the back of a police car looking at my mom crying, and I don't know, like that was a turning point for me. And then I had my basketball coach, Mr. Bago. He would take me home every day, and because my mom worked 2 jobs, and I would have to catch the bus. It took me 2 hours to get home. So, and that's how I'd study. I'd study on the bus, study on the bus, man. 2 hours to get home. So he would take me home, but in that he would just talk to me. And what he didn't realize, you have Albert Bandura's social learning theory, social cognitive theory. But one of the things he illustrated to me is, man, I could be successful. I could be, I could be married. He was married. He had kids. He wrote books. He traveled and spoke, different conferences and everything. He was well dressed, well spoken, very astute at what he did. He was inspiring. And I knew that one day, man, I could be that. Now that I see that, I know I can be that. And I know that sounds trite, you hear that all the time, but people do need to see that it's possible. Fast forward 15 years later, I became a teacher just like him. I became a coach just like him. I'm bald just like him. I have 2 kids just like he does. I got married. I've been married going on 14 years. Thank God, to a wonderful woman. And then I actually named my son Christian after his son. Yeah, like an ode to him to say, kind of a thank you. And I have a favorite uncle too, my Uncle Leon, who's the same bald professional. He was the first to kind of give me that idea of what it's like to be, upper middle class. And he's bald, goatee, son's named Christian. So I saw this common theme, kind of trend that I need to follow these guys. And so I did. And that's why we need to tell our story, because you never know. The one thing, like, you can't have a testimony without a test, right? People are either about to go into something, they're currently in something, or they're just coming out, man. Like, you never know what people are going through. And sometimes it's that one word, it's that one look, it's that one hug, it's that one handshake, that high five. It's something that says, hey, I'm with you. You're not alone. We're gonna do this together. All it takes is just one person. Like the young lady that passed away in Charlottesville, and I pray and hope that this one person, this one death becomes a catalyst for a major paradigmatic shift in our nation. And so that's why we need to tell our stories. because it just takes one story and spark the world. I don't like to quote Tupac often, even though we're born on the same day. And my son's born we're all born on the same day. My son's born, 30 years later. It's crazy. June 16th. But Tupac says, I might not be the person that changes the world, but I will spark the mind that does. Now, he changed the world, and he's sparking many minds, including myself, that are, trying to be world changers. There's another person, Dr. Renee Rochester. She says, you can count the number of seeds in one apple, but you can never count the number of apples in one seed. And that's what I'm saying, man. You gotta plant seeds. You gotta, give back. And giving back doesn't mean, $200,000. You gotta give away $200,000. It's not the same for everybody. Giving back could be, man, I got these dilapidated computers, but they're fast, they're running, and students can use this to, because this local school doesn't have any computers. Right. So students can use this to at least go on Cool Math or some other programs. So again, tell your story, because you never know the impact that you're going to have.
And the impact that you've had has been, incredible, including for your involvement in the Community for Life Foundation.
Yes, sir.
Now,
yes, sir.
Yeah, if you could give us a little bit of insight.
Oh, man, absolutely. I'm glad you asked. Yeah, we just gave away $45,000 in scholarships 2 days ago. We averaged about 30 to about 40, maybe 50. We gave $50,000  1 year in scholarships. Okay, $500,000 already. And the goal is to make sure that every student has an equitable opportunity for educational success. Now, you heard how I grew up, okay? Now I'm a professor. It's crazy, even saying that. I'm a full-time professor at Texas A&M San Antonio, teaching grad school, teaching principal and superintendency prep courses. It's insane. This kid from the east side of San Antonio, you know what I mean? This kid from the east side of San Antonio gets to go to St. Mary's and travel all around the world, London, anywhere, France, Germany, Spain, Africa, and then turn around and get to, I was an educator for 17 years at San Antonio ISD. I was a guidance counselor. I was a vice principal. I worked downtown and wrote curriculum. So to get to do all that, it takes education. Education is the complete mechanism of equalization. There's no equivocation. If you have an education and you have, all we can do is give opportunities. If you have educational opportunities and you give those, and for people like me, I was hungry, literally hungry. I knew that, this is my way out of my dark situation, right? What was going on in my home. And then this is my way to give back more. So once I get there, then I can give back more. I can be a conduit to give back more. And it's amazing. So what we're doing, Community for Life Foundation, we started in 2001, our chair, Keith and Denise Graham, 501c3. And basically we give, we have a 4-pronged approach. So we give scholarships. So we give about 30 to 40 to 50,000 a year. We do community service. So we participate in the Soda Bash. We have an Oh Give Thanks initiative. We feed 300 families in San Antonio District 10 area. And then we have career and college readiness courses. So every quarter we invite, different partnerships to come and help students get ready for college. Because college, a lot of people don't understand. It's easy once you get started, but they don't know how to get started, And so we have an initiative where we do quarterly career and college readiness sessions, and then tutoring and mentoring. We actually tutor students, and then some that may have gone astray or flunked out or whatever. We provide them mentors because we know that that can be damaging to your self-esteem and getting back reacclimated. So and then we give out gift packages. You send a quarterly gift packages and things like that. One of the few scholarship funds that still give out gift packages. I'm saying old school, but with a little message, hanging there, stuff like that. But we just believe, man, in all facets, we want holistic development out of all students and give them every opportunity to succeed. So we have 176 recipients. Actually, some have gone into the NBA. We have one NFL coach. In fact, we have some, if you go to our website, www.cflfoundation.org, I don't know when this is going to air, but we have Kobe Bryant sent us some stuff. Kawhi Leonard sent us some stuff.
Wow, okay.
Yeah, one of our benefactors is, Kawhi Leonard sent us some stuff, I'll say that. And then Chris Paul sent us some stuff and some other people, to auction off. And again, 176 recipients, teachers, lawyers, doctors, professors, accountants, you name it, we've given it out, and all over the nation, from Harvard all the way here locally, and so we're really excited about that. Mm-hmm. Awesome. 16 years we've been doing it. Mm-hmm.
Gotcha. And so how do you think that, telling a large audience like we're about to, how do you kind of reach those people, and how do you get people involved to be in the community and help, at-risk students, and how do you get people involved like that, do you think?
Awesome. Okay, so there's a saying, Les Brown, one of my favorite speakers, he says, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. All right, so the thing is, just get started. 0 to 10 is a process. 0 to 3 and 9 to 10 are the hardest parts of the process, starting and finishing. So just get started. What does that look like? Just go to your school. When I was an administrator, we're always looking for people to come in. We had the Omegas come in to help us with the hallways. We had the Deltas come in, fraternity sororities. We've had, just people, retired principals come and help us out. Lord knows, I was a new administrator. I needed all the help I can get. And we had about 3, I need that much help. I was that bad that I need 3 retired principals to help me out. But nonetheless, man, any little bit, $25 to donate to the library, or just going in and donating your time, 1 hour every 2 weeks to just help students read, or tutor them in math and intervention after school, or just as simple as taking some of your, like we would have students with behavioral challenges, just taking some of them and mentoring them, taking them to go play basketball. I used to have, I'd have people from the community, I'd bring in business people and all that, to come and just say, hey man, look, this student is ISS, right now they're in lunch detention or whatever, but hey, just take them outside and play basketball with them. Just talk to them. And what that did is what Mr. Bagel did for me. They're able to see there's something better than the microcosm of what I'm seeing today. There's something better that I can achieve through this businessman or whatever, this lawyer, this politician or whatever the case, civil servant. So that's any little bit in journey, any little bit counts, man. Attending a game of a student, any little bit counts.
Well, I'm learning a lot of life lessons. One of them is I need to go shave my head right now.
Get the goatee.
I get the goatee.
I know, but I'm still in my 30s, but I got the gray. I'm living like 3 lives.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah.
So everybody, go shave your head.
Yeah.
And that's where it starts. That's where it starts.
Yeah, I will say this, if I may, Johnny.
Sure.
Really, where it does start, all facetiousness aside, where it does start, find someone you want to be like. Locate a mentor, locate an archetype of someone you want to be like, and you do everything in your power to follow them. So for me, I was homeless at the time. I didn't talk about that. I was homeless at the time, and I got to live with my pastor, Pastor Keith Graham, for a year. I looked at everything he did, and I followed him, Now, I didn't follow him completely. He's a pastor now, and the pastor life is 24/7. It's not what people think. Yeah, it's God didn't call me to be a pastor, but I followed him. I did everything that I thought that I could do, that God has called me to do. After seeing how he treats his wife, how he treats his kids, how he handles the rest, all those things. My teacher, Mr. Bagel. My mother was a very influential person in my life. Just believing in me, man. Just when I was, times I've almost, I don't want to go into specifics, but there was times where I thought she was gonna give up. Like I said, when I was in a police car and stuff like that. When I was, some other things I've gotten involved in. Some I don't want to mention on camera, but and I thought she was gonna give up. She never gave up on me, man. Never gave up on me. So
don't give up on those people that that need the help, because that's what we're trying to achieve here. Dr. Scott here had a great mentor, and we're a mentor for somebody, and that's incredible. So I want to finish off with the last question.
Yes, sir.
What do you like most about San Antonio? And then we'll close it off.
Man, what do I like most about San Antonio? I like San Antonio because it's such a big city with a small town feel. We're all like 2 degrees, not even 6 degrees. We're 2 degrees away from each other. Like, because I met you, because we've met, we, if I went on Facebook, we have like 30 friends in common.
Exactly.
And of course, Ms. Thompson knows like everybody. But most importantly, it's it's a big town with a small town feel, and it's uply mobile. It's doing great things. San Antonio, we're doing great things. We're expanding, and we're a place where we're attracting companies that want to also expand, and then the humility. I mean, the humility of the people. I mean, something as simple as you can put your right blinker on and people will let you go. You can't do that in a lot of cities, major cities at that. And then just the humility of it trickles down from the mayors. Our mayors are humble. Our city council, our commissioners, and then you can see it in the Spurs, the humility of our teams, and so it's just, this is who we are. We're not going to go and tell you, look at me, look what we're doing. We're going to show you through service, leadership, humility. And that's what I love about the city. That's pretty much, by and large, the whole city. It's a demeanor of the whole city.
I love living in this city.
Absolutely.
I'm sure you love living in this city as well.
Absolutely.
So, Dr. Scott, thank you again for coming in today.
Appreciate it, man.
This has been again another episode of 300 Voices in 300 Days. I'm Jeremy Carrizales signing off.